Hello everyone, it's Thursday, March 12th, and this is your NEER Breaking News. I got a lot of nice emails from people saying you enjoy this video format, so I'm going to do my best to bring you news this way. And if you don't want to watch this, at the bottom in the email that I send out to every NEER, which you get at least once a week, you get an email from me. You have the summary of what I'm saying so that you can read that and then click in if you want more information. Almost everything is listed on our website except for the really late breaking news and rides that come up last minute. So hopefully this gets you all the information that you need in a timely fashion and we get to see each other. Maybe we'll do additional things with this as we continue to work on this format as we move into the future. We'll see. It's spring and a lot of you are signing up for rides happening this year. A lot of you have already signed up for rides. If you are interested in marking NEER as your team, you are more than welcome to do that. If you're a NEER member, feel free to put NEER as your team. You can write NEER, or even better, if you don't mind, putting New England Expedition Riders, because that describes to people what we are, and this might get more people to join NEER. And the more people who are in NEER, the more good people we have to ride with. Next week, I will be discussing our jersey order. We have jerseys for sale through Verge, and jackets, vests, all sorts of really nice things, and various light weights of lightweight, short sleeve, long sleeve, heavy weight, long sleeve, lightweight jackets, heavyweight jackets, and full waterproof jackets, which hopefully won't come in too handy for anyone, but that will all be part of the order. So I'll be discussing that next week, and there will be a few days of a window to order your jerseys that you like. Arm warmers and leg warmers also will be offered. Let's see what's coming up this weekend. Some of us are going up north to do a 2.5-day, 2-night bikepacking trip to take advantage of the last part of winter before it's gone. It's still cold enough up there that we're going to be doing that, testing out our winter gear, and I'll be taking photos and telling stories from the trail. We will be in the White Mountains, so looking forward to that. We don't have an official NEER ride happening down here in the Boston area or anywhere else. If you would like to get people together, feel free to send an email to the members email list, which if you're a member, you know where to send that email. Feel free to get people together to ride together. I think the weather's going to be pretty nice down here. It's spring, the trails are wet, they are soft. Please don't ride them until the trails dry up. All right, 2 weekends from now starts the Conjure series. This is the Conjure series of road rides, which happens 4 Saturdays in a row starting March 28th. The first ride is being held at Human Powered Health out of their facility in Wellesley. And there will be an opportunity to take a tour of their facility where there is bike fitting services and all kinds of performance tests that they offer. We will send you more information about that. There are some benefits to being in NEER as it relates to their services and in gaining access to their services. So I will share that with you in email. And that is happening March 28th. In the afternoon, March 28th, we will be running demo rides of 7 Cycles bikes. So if you're interested in that, please email me. And we'll also have on March 29th, a demo ride day down in the Providence, Rhode Island area. So if you're interested in that, again, email me. And best email address for any demo bikes or any of that is patria, P-A-T-R-I-A, @7cycles.com. That's a lot easier to spell than my New England Expedition Riders email. May 2nd and 3rd is our MANEHA bikepacking trip. We've already got people signed up, registered for that. We've got a lot of space. but please register early. April 10th is when we need to commit to the number of campsites that we have. So we'd like to have all registrations in before April 10th, if at all possible, so we can carve out the part of the campsite that we'd like to have for ourselves. It's a nice private area and it's a great campsite, and there's a pool, showers, all the basics that is nice in a campsite, and that's in New Hampshire. The ride starts in Massachusetts, 75 miles each direction. So that's exciting to have that coming up. On Saturday, May 9th is the Extra Salty Trail Mix. This is a 150-mile gravel ride, which a lot of people use for training for Unbound or other really big gravel rides and races early season, or if you're just a long-distance rider and want a big day on the bike. It's a really cool route. It's beautiful, and it's long. You get a lot out of the day on this one. And then on Saturday, May 16th is the Trail Mix. That's a 50K and 100K version, and that's a lot more fun. It doesn't take too much of the day. It's still a really great ride, nice route, and we got good support. Actually, both of these, we've got great support. The registrations are on Bike Reg, so you can also find them on our website, NewEnglandExpeditionRiders.com. And then the Michigan Coast to Coast is, we are traveling to Michigan to do their Michigan Coast to Coast gravel ride. There is a 100-mile version and a little over 200-mile version of this gravel grinder. It's a race, and it's also a fun ride. One does not need to race if one doesn't want to race. It's a neat format, and it takes people to what I hear to be a really beautiful part of the state of Michigan. And because they're organizing it, there's a bus that takes people from the end, which is where everyone parks, and drops them off at the start. That's really handy because that means you are at your car or your vehicle at the end. That's a nice way of being able to execute it. Otherwise, trying to organize that amongst friends would be pretty challenging. And it's a low dollar event for what it offers, as well as competitive. If people want to be competitive, that's great. And we have a Google group started for everyone who is interested in that, so everyone can connect and share plans on traveling out there. If you're flying or driving, we'll have people doing both. So lots of information can be shared that way. Email me if you would like to be added to this group, and I will add you to that group. In other news, Pro Tour Racing. All of you have received this race schedule. This week, right now, Paris-Nice is happening, and the Tirreno Adriatico. Both really exciting races to be watching. And this tells you all about where you can watch those. But it's fun to see pro racing in full swing now this time of year. Bikepacking is coming up not that long from now, and it's not too early to start talking about getting ready for it. And I've also received emails from people saying, I want to do some bikepacking this year. I'm excited about getting into it. The MANEHA trip is very attractive to people who would like to start bikepacking because it's early season. So people are like, I've never loaded my bike with anything before. What do I do? How do I carry my stuff? So I opened up our bikepacking checklist, which everyone who registers for MANEHA will receive. And it's interesting because the checklist isn't that much longer than the checklist that we share for long gravel rides. And that's all the stuff that you need for any mechanical that can happen. You want to be self-sufficient in any mechanical situation, and you want to be able to take care of anything that's uncomfortable to you. So a long gravel ride and a bikepacking trip, especially if it's just an overnighter type of trip, is about comfort. And then there's the varying levels of comfort of how comfortable do you want to be. So here are some items that you should start thinking about if you are gathering things to do your first bikepacking trip. Think about sleeping and eating. That means you want to invest or borrow a lightweight tent or bivy. I use a bivy. I've found I'm pretty comfortable in it, and it takes me 30 seconds to set up. I like that because I'm tired at the end of the day and I'm lazy when I'm tired. So I don't want to have to go through all of the rigmarole of setting up a tent. And it's also lighter. The bivy is the lightest thing. However, if you get claustrophobic easily and can also overheat on a hot summer day, if you run hot, bivvies aren't great for that. And it's also tough if it's raining and you're stuck in it for hours. It's a small space. You can't do a lot in there. So a very small, lightweight tent that's made for bikepacking is good, because a bikepacking tent has poles that are short enough so that you can put the tent between your handlebars in a lot of cases, unless you've got really narrow bars, or the tent can be strapped to either the fork, if you have a fork with mounts on it and you have anything cages on the fork, that's a great place for your tent. Or you can even put it in a large saddlebag. Back to the saddlebag. I think I used this on the last video. A big saddlebag, you can strap it to there or stick it in there. Usually you need the space inside the saddlebag for other things. So there's a lot of places you can put it, but that's important. And then a pad for under your bivy or tent or sleeping bag. And that can be a closed foam pad or an inflatable pad. And there's a variety of pads out there. I like the non-inflatable ones. Back to the I'm lazy when I'm tired and I don't want to have to do anything to get ready to sleep. And I can also sleep in most any situation when I'm really tired after a long day of bikepacking. Future videos I will have show and tell. But think about those two things right now as you're thinking about bikepacking. But sleeping and eating and preparing food are two things that you typically don't think about for a gravel ride, where you do for bikepacking. And that's the pro tip for today. Start planning now for all the things you want to do this year, especially when the weather's kind of gross. It's a great time to be accumulating stuff and doing research. And feel free to email me if you've got questions, and I will put out answers either in this format or via email. And if you've got a question, someone else has that same question. It's been asked, it's been answered, and it might be something that's new, but I bet you someone out there is thinking about it and would like to ask. Have a wonderful weekend and enjoy spring. Enjoy your preparations for all the great riding and training, everything that's coming up soon.